Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. me tell you. Let 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 me tell you.
Hello, hello. Hello, lovely members. Why can't I hear myself? Hopefully this is working. It is working. Hello, lovely sim racers. I'm Constantinos and this is Lovely Sim Racing. And after a week and a day off, I am back. And this feels good. Actually, it doesn't feel good. I haven't, I just finished updating my PCs for a week. My God, Microsoft, what the hell? You're gone for a week and everything goes crazy. Everything needs updating. Anyway, I think everything's gonna be working out. I think everything's working. Stream, music, everything seems to be fine, and I'm happy for that. I hope you guys all have been great. I have not touched the dashboard or the pit wall at all for an entire week. That was it. I had a good time. I recharged and I reset everything, and I'm back with a few new things. Don't have anything to deliver, but I do have ideas. I hope you guys have been well. And we'll get into details. Alright, let's get rid of a few things here. Good, good, good. God, I need to figure things out. So, one thing that I changed actually, is the FAQ in the Discord seems to be kind of hard to manage. So I migrated everything in the FAQ into a forum format. Basically now it should be a bit easier to spot all the questions as they are basically just big blocks in the gallery mode. Some have images, some have previews, but essentially it should be easier for you guys to just navigate through them. Each question is basically its own entity. It's not a post anymore, so it should be good. It should be a bit better. The other thing that I'm working on, or I did put an announcement. Where is it? It should be there. Yeah, sticker sheets. So you guys know that actually this started off from a random discussion, as everything does. So you guys know that I created these. Let me switch over POV. You guys know that I created this. This. And there it is. So you guys know I created these stickers here for the dials basically. And these are essentially just stickers that I created for my preference. Obviously, you know, this ain't gonna work for everyone. So I decided, and one of the things that I discussed in previous streams, I decided to explore the possibility of creating sticker sheets. Sticker sheets for the Ascher Racing, obviously, for these dials, but sticker sheets in general for your steering wheels and your button boxes and everything that have to do with the lovely dashboard. And one of the sticker sheets will obviously be this radial dial, which will have, you know, it'll be a bit modular. It won't be fixed stickers. So I explored this. I worked on it a bit with Martin Ascher for the sticker sheets for the Ascher steering wheel. We decided to do something together, but I also decided to put these out on my own. So I have invested in a plotter, a cutter machine basically that cuts stickers, and a really good printer, and some sticker stock paper, and some other things, you know, minor tweaks and stuff like that that I want to do to these things. And I guess within the next week, maybe the week after that, I'll start actually testing, printing and testing. So I do have, wait, I have something. A few tests that I've done. So the sticker sheets will be, this is the official Ascher Racing sticker sheet. So one of the things that I did work with Martin is creating a sticker sheet for the Artura Ultimate, and it would be something like this, for instance, right? So this would be this is actually just a piece of paper. It's not a sticker sheet. I still need to do things for it. So you can see it's got like very specific things for the lovely dashboard: AB, next, menu, fuel, center, reset, tire, TDM, and it's got like all different colors and different shapes. And of course, it'll also have stickers for the lovely dashboard. And yeah, why are these different? Oh yeah, I also made a version a bit more Ascher Racing-y, the lovely partner on it. So I had different versions and variations, and then I also decided to create this, which is a modular version of the radial dials. So there's a lot of things, and the quality is pretty good. I don't know, you guys, you can't see the detail. It can't focus that much, but you can see the detail. It's quite good. But now these things actually need cutting, so I have that plotter as well coming in. And I also thought of, hey, why not create smaller sticker sheets? You know, things that can maybe bundle with other products. And you can see again, generic sticker. There it is, specifically for the true dark mode and all that kind of stuff for the lovely dashboard, and of course including stickers of the lovely dashboard. So this is something that this is like a new project for me, completely new project. So actually selling physical products, and I'm trying to figure out where. So maybe it'll be on Ko-fi, maybe it'll be on Discord. I do have a brand new Discord store that I have access to, so I can put stuff in there. So there's a lot of stuff regarding the Discord shop that may be really good for all of you as well. So maybe subscriptions will be directly in SimHub, sorry, in Discord now. I'll figure that one out. But anyway, this is one of the big projects that I'm preparing alongside everything else. So as you can see, there's been a lot of work done here in designing and trying to figure out what's going to go where and how. But this is moving forward. This is actually moving forward. I won't have anything to sell or to announce before I get the actual hardware here, so I can start testing and cutting and making sure that everything works. But it should be within May, actually. Let me drop those there. Lee, hey, welcome to the stream, man. What OMP seat do you use? What it says, OMP Sport. It's, I don't know which one it is, to be honest. It's got the official FIA thing here on the side. I don't know which one it is. Actually, let me see if I can take a picture of it without getting out of it, the seat. Where is it? Where is it? What does it say? Alright, so I have... So this is, I think it's the older model. It is still valid, though. I think I have the older model, but I'll show you exactly. It's the TRS XL. It's the TRS XL, and it's not valid after 2026, so I can race in this until 2026, then I have to replace it with a new one because it won't be valid according to FIA. I don't think that would be a problem. So the actual seat is a TRS XL. I think this is, as I said, I think this is an older version of the TRS XL. That's why it doesn't say it anywhere on the seat. It just says OMP Sport. But I did get it at a really good deal, so I don't mind if it's the older one. It's pretty much, I think it's the exact same thing. It's just different branding. I also like the red colored. I think the actual TRS XL, the newer ones, have white labels on them or something like that. So yeah, how have you guys been? It has been quite, I feel as if I've been away for a month. I feel as if I've been away for a month. I did have the chance to see Jeff King, our very own mod in Discord, also known as Halo in Reverse. Get to see him in person while I was away, which was really good because, you know, I kind of enjoy, you know, meeting people in person, people that I've only known for like all this time just through Discord and chat and maybe having a voice call here and there. So it's really good to actually get to see them in person. So that was good as well. Travis, how you doing? Maybe we should have a lovely meetup. Maybe we should have a lovely meetup. We'll do it here in Athens, Greece, or on an island. Let's do it on an island. What do you guys think? We'll do it. I'll have yeah, let's do that. Let's do a lovely meetup. Get all 6,000 members of Discord. We'll sink the island. We will sink the island. That's it. Alexander, how you doing, man? I am good, and how are you? I am back, and I'm so happy to be back. Honestly, it feels as if I was away for a month. I'm still jet-lagged. Completely jet-lagged. We got there. It took us 3 days to actually kind of fall into a rhythm, and because we were only going to be away for 7 days, we came back, and it kicked us right in the butt. 10-hour difference. It is serious shit. I couldn't sleep last night. I was there and I couldn't sleep. I came back and now I can't sleep here. But I'm good I'm so happy to be back, to be honest. I won't be doing any racing today. I have not done any racing at all, literally. Last time I raced was the one I gave up on in Monza, I think. There's no racing today. Today it's just more getting back into the rhythm. I'm going to take a look at the pit wall. If there are any bugs, I have not seen if there are any bugs or features. I will take a look at those. Maybe, you know, if you guys have any ideas. James Level, welcome to the stream. Hi, man. I also managed to fix this before I left. I can try it out too. So I finally got, I got the correct screws. I put out a post on Instagram at some point regarding the screws. I did find the correct screws. Fortunately, I sourced them from a hardware store really close to my house, so I didn't go far. And you know, sourcing screws is very easy. They're very cheap, but the fact is that you need to find the exact same screw and size. So the problem I had with this is the flush. So you guys know how you guys have seen all the videos on how you can install another QR on the GT Neo, correct? It's not something new. So the problem I had was when I actually, this is the mag link, right, with the magnetic cable that goes down here. So the problem, you guys can see it, right? So the problem I had is these screws over here on the inside, they're flush, and the screws provided by SimMagic are, I think, like 16 millimeters. They're very long. So when you put them through the mag plate, when they reached to go, they actually, I'm not finding the right words. So when you use them through the mag plate, because they're flush, it's almost 16 millimeters that come up to here, which means it actually conflicted, literally, with the QR2. So I couldn't use those. I needed much shorter screws, and that's what I pointed out. And I actually sent this to SimMagic as well, because this is definitely not going to be only my problem. Like, if you want to use this, you cannot use the screws provided by SimMagic. I sourced shorter ones, and now because you know, you can possibly cut them down and do that, whatever. I wanted, you know, to have proper solid screws, so I sourced shorter ones. They're M5 but flush. I put them in, screwed the SRM adapter, and these are already shorter. These are like 10 millimeters or 12 millimeters, the M5 Allen. And just screwed them on, and now it's solid as a rock. I might try this out today. I haven't tried this out at all, like racing with it or driving with it. I had not the chance. This is quite an impressive steering wheel. I will say. Alexander, I know, May the 1st is not a good day anywhere, not just in Brazil. Don't forget that. Where were you? How old were you? Were you born when it happened? So I don't want to really talk about that sad stuff. I was, just a quick note, I was watching the race when it happened. I don't know how old what was it? I remember I was maybe in junior high. Yeah, it was not a good day. It was not a good day. But I think the fact that we all remember and we all cherish and yeah, Siena Sempre. That's all I have to say. Honestly, that's basically it. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. That is not what this day is about. We know what it's about. We know this whole day, and it's not just Brazil. Trust me, it is not just Brazil. I'm on the other side of the world, and it's the same thing for me. I've been seeing the posts and everything, so yeah, can't say. Okay, Alexander, you were watching the race too. I'm pretty sure, because we're nearly the same age. Anyway, I want to get back to these things. Alexander, with this adapter, you can use the wheel with a Fanatec base. Yes. So all the QRs from Fanatec, all the QRs have their very own. What is it? The holes are not standard, so they're not 50mm or 70mm. So what you want to do is you want to get this thing over here. It's a SRM adapter. It's 10mm wide, and it basically converts. It attaches to your QR1 or QR2. It doesn't matter. And then on the other side, it provides 50 and 70mm holes pattern. So you can basically do this. It's as simple as that. And it is very robust, and there's no issues here. But then what you want to do is, if you want to use the steering wheel, any steering wheel, on your Fanatec DD base, because this wheel doesn't actually have anything in here, it's completely empty. If you look right through, you can actually see, well, you can't, I can. You can actually see inside, which is, you know, the PCB of SimMagic. It doesn't have any pins in here. And this does connect with a USB. But to get force feedback off of the Fanatec database, you need to use an SRM emulator. I already have these in a lot of my videos showing these things, but if you go to srmsimracingmachines.com, you will find both the SRM Fanatec QR adapter, and you also find this. I'll just show it to you guys. Let me switch cameras. So you'll also find this little thing here. This thing over here. This thing over here is a little adapter. This thing basically convinces the DD1 that there is a Fanatec steering wheel attached to it. And without this, it doesn't know it. So when I put this in, now it's attached. Now the DD base thinks there's a Fanatec wheel on it, so it delivers force feedback. And then you can just use any steering wheel, right? It doesn't really matter after that. You're done. So now you have all of your force feedback, you have everything. So you need these two things. And this is better than getting a Fanatec Podium hub, because the Podium hub, you need a hub for every steering wheel. You need one for every steering wheel, and that thing is expensive, and also it's pretty much out of stock everywhere. So you just get that little emulator, you put it in your base, and then all you need to care about is the QR. And for the QR, as I showed you here, you can just, I have the QR2, but you can get any QR from Fanatec, the QR1, the plastic one, the Pro, whatever. Get that, and you need, obviously, the adapter. This comes out much cheaper, honestly. Like, you can get like a 3-pack or 4-pack, I don't know what Fanatec has now. Or you can get third-party. I think you can find them on Temu or AliExpress. I don't know how good they are. Honestly, I've seen the best and the worst reviews for them, so I don't know. But you can get those, but you will need an adapter. So you can get that from Sim Racing Machines. Simon from Sim Racing Machines is an amazing guy in the UK. You can ping him, you can ask him any questions. I'm pretty sure he'll answer. And if you have any questions regarding this or how I installed it on the Ascher or the SimMagic, don't hesitate to ping me on my Discord as well. I'm more than welcome to answer any questions you may have. In fact, someone did ask if for the Ascher racing wheel you need specific screws, and the answer is yes. You need M5 captive screws to go. You'll need 2 actually to go on the inside, because to attach, I have a video on it. All right, so you can go to my channel, you can find a video on how you can attach the QR2 on the Ascher Racing, the Ultimate. but it only needs 2 screws on the inside to attach onto the SRM adapter. Martin has created, in the manual, created a graph based on, because he didn't have any QR2 instructions. So after I told him that I will be installing the QR2, I sent him exactly how sizes and everything, and he added that as well to the instructions of the Ascher Artura. So that's in there as well. But yeah, if you have any questions regarding these, I have installed the QR2 with the SRM adapter on the SimMagic. I've installed it. I have four, right? So I installed it on the SimMagic GT Neo. I've installed it on the Ascher Artura Ultimate. I also have installed it on the Turn Racing BP2 button box. And of course, I installed it, the QR2, on the official Fanatec FB 2.5. But that doesn't need anything special on it. Jens B says, at the pit wall there are no sector times for AC. Is it a game problem because no data? I will check that right now. So we'll do that now. Sector times in AC. We'll see. Alexander, yes, in 50 years. Yeah. James Lovell, there is Leo XCQ adapter for Fanatec as embedded emulator as well. Is it? Let me check that on you, because I think. So the thing is, James, for the Leo XZ, I don't know what it's called. I think it's the same issue. I don't know what the cost is, but it does come out to a. Let me just check. I don't want to say stupid shit here. So here's the thing. Let me put it up here and switch over to gameplay. Yeah, let's get rid of the wheel cam. We don't need it. So here it is, right? And what you're talking about is the core, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the core. The core is compatible with steering wheels within a built-in chip can unlock. Yes. So the core. So this costs 120, 100 plus shipping for this without. Actually, I think these guys. Oh wait, this guy has. Yeah, this is ready to go. So don't. Wait, I think this is ready to go, right? Let me know. I think with 120 you can get this, and this already has holes for 1570. I'm pretty sure it does. I can see it here. So you can either get this, obviously, so it's just one QR with the chip inside, or you can get the official. Yeah, it might cost less. I don't know. I didn't even see this when I was setting everything, because I purchased these way before Jeckermeyer quit or was kicked out. So I don't know. I didn't see these. But essentially, you can get something like this, which is basically the QR2 that already has the holes ready for 1570. I need to check that. I don't want to blow. $70mm only. Okay. So you probably won't need 50mm anyway. So it has the holes already and a chip inside. So you can use this, okay? Or you can go the other way around and get the official Fanatec QR2, the ones that I did, the SRM adapters to use them on any steering wheel, 50 and 70, and just get the emulator once to use it in your DD base. I mean, these are options. You can do either or, I think. So yeah, I mean, if we look at just out of curiosity, I want to pull up and see. So yeah, let me switch over here, for instance. So if you were looking to do this costs $99, which is perfectly fine. You don't need anything else. But there's also the 3-pack and 4-pack. Don't see it now. Yeah, it's not available right now. The 3-pack basically comes to much cheaper than $99 each. And if you get the 3-pack, and you already have the emulator, obviously, it might be cheaper, maybe the same price. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done the math on it, so I don't know. I can't say. You guys can actually do the math and let me know too if it's cheaper or not. I actually don't know. Jason, welcome. Ah, nice to be back and nice to see you again. Okay, we'll do some looking into and inspecting the sector times. So sector times for the board, right? So on the board itself, that's where you're missing the sector times. I'll check that. I think that's what you mean. Brandon Honnold, welcome back. Nice to see you. That's good to be back. Jeff, there you are, man. What time of day is it there? Oh man, what's 11:40 in the morning? Aren't you at work? You should be at work. At a timetable. Okay, gents, I'll look at that today. I won't be racing, obviously. I won't be doing any racing. I'll be looking into that today. You are at work. Now I know where you live. My shit's dangerous. Let me check something before I start going into Jeff, I don't know who cuts your hair, but judging by the length of the hair, I'd say you? I mean, it might not be that hard. Inyaki, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Oh, Brandon, I saw you were in the chat. Yes, Brandon. Here it is. I want to thank Brandon for these. Morad gloves. Yeah, I put them up. Brandon, let me know if this is this correct? I think they may be a bit too tight, to be honest. I think they may be a bit too tight. But they are actually really good. I'm thinking of maybe buying a second pair. I think these are medium. I think I may be requiring a large, but they actually feel so good. Honestly, they are good. So shout out to Daniel Morad for these, making these gloves, and shout out to Brandon for sending these over. So yeah, these are medium. Thanks a lot for these, man. I already used them once. I already have used them once. They have great grip. Oh, they should be tight. Okay, then I'll be using the mediums because I feel as if they're a bit tight at the fingertips, which I don't feel as it being too natural. That was my issue. Like when I put them on and they fit snug, I kind of feel pressure on my fingertips. So I'm thinking maybe that's not the right bit. But otherwise, like width size, it's snug but not too tight. So maybe I'll just wear them a bit more and do some exercises. Yay. Jason Rivera. So what headset do I think this is... I have it in the description of the video. I did a lot of research because I'm very anal regarding research and products. I love the process of buying something new. Honestly, I do. So these specific ones that I'm using here... right. Wrong list. So these specific ones here are the Razer Barracuda X. And when I did research on these, I actually haven't changed much of the audio. Yeah, Jeff, that was a Razer Barracuda X. I did a lot of research. I saw a lot of videos. I saw everything that existed. Like honestly, I just was going through a whole bunch of videos of headphones and headsets, and all I was looking for was the microphone quality, and every single microphone sounded tinny. The only one that was better was the Bayer Dynamic Audio. I think it was the only headset that I heard through video reviews that was actually really good. But no one said, like, the Bayer Dynamic had really good audio, but the microphone was awesome. I think the price though was kind of like triple these. These things that cost like $99, I think. So, you know, I thought I'm not going to spend that much money and maybe not be able to use it. So the actual thing I use, you guys can't see it, it's up there. It's the Rode mic, a Rode Pod mic, and I actually use this normally, which are my KZ Audio monitors, right? These are in-ear monitors. These are actually really good, but the only reason I'm not using them now is because I don't need them. This feels a bit more comfortable. But when the heat hits, and we'll have some heat waves here in Athens, Greece, I switch to these because I can't stand all this. But having said that, I will see how the heat goes and how these perform as well, for two main reasons. They're far more comfortable to wear these for longer stints. They are not heavy, they're light. And one thing I was looking for when I was shopping for these is my previous ones had that pleather lining for the cups, and that is actually what makes you sweat. Like even on cold days or whatnot, it made my, you know, my ears are wrong, very warm. So these are actually, well, take a look for yourself. They're kind of like felt or a sporty fabric. It breathes a lot, so it's really good and it feels good. And also you can remove the microphone. Check this out. So you basically can remove the microphone if you don't want to. And these are also Bluetooth, which is good because you can also remove the cable. This is optional. So yeah, it's a good deal in general. I don't know what the battery life is on these things, but anyway, you asked the question what they are. I'm answering why I got these and why I selected these through everything that I saw a lot on the market. There are better headsets out there, but they're far too expensive. So this was, for me, a good deal. The best price and value compared to anything else. Oh, Jason, so yeah, the Arctis Nova Pro. Everyone was telling me those are the best headsets. And when going to YouTube, everyone was saying the same thing. These are the best. So every time I heard the microphone, I would hear tinny sound, you know, too high pitched. And everyone was saying these are the best microphones. I'm like, either I'm not hearing this thing well, or someone's getting paid to sell that, or they're getting like affiliate. I don't know. Maybe both, maybe none, maybe I have the bad hearing. I didn't like it, so I didn't even look at the Arctis. Also the Arctis, some of them had that wind out microphone, others had a little bubble over here for a microphone. I don't get it. Like the Sonys, that you spend so much money on that, that's good for calls, it's not good for streaming, it's not good for audio recording. This thing sounded great. The Bear Dynamic sounded great. I don't think there's any other headset that I found that sounded better than these two. And these aren't expensive. And for a headset, for Bluetooth, for wired, for all of these things. So, you know, but you know, before you shop, unfortunately, I don't have an affiliate account with Razer, so you can buy them, and I don't care. I wish I did have one. But before you shop anything, make sure you go around and don't look for the good reviews. Look for the bad reviews. And once you have like 10 bad reviews, then look at the good reviews. You will kind of see where there's a crossover. Because usually when someone says something good about it, they will say something bad. If that bad thing matches with the bad reviews, then you know you're talking to you're listening to someone that's actually saying something in all honesty. So always look at the good and bad reviews. Go to Amazon, look at the bad reviews first, look at the good reviews, just so you know, because there's this bias when you're looking for something, and this is actually true. When you're looking for something because you want to buy it, you kind of convince yourself, and you only read the good things. You can't, your mind, not intentionally, it kind of does its, you know, subliminal. It skips over the bad part. It skims over them, and you never really pay attention. That's where you need to pay attention when you're doing some research. I told you, I love research. I love researching this thing. Like even for the plotter that I got for cutting stickers, I did a lot of research. I figured out what I need, what not. I actually know how to use it before I even got it. I'm just waiting for it to arrive here and start testing on the stickers. I am speaking facts, brother. I am. I've said this many times. I will not I don't care if I have an affiliate account. Yes, having an affiliate account is great, but affiliate accounts don't actually... Yeah, you won't ever make enough money unless you're like Will from Boosted Media. They can sell a lot. And I know like figures like coming from manufacturers saying that, you know, one video from him can sell like 50 units. Yeah, I can't do that. So even if I did have an affiliate account, it's good, but it actually converts to pennies, maybe. Pennies, maybe euros, I don't know. But then again, I would never, ever push a product that I don't believe in. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't, and I don't. So I don't care if this, you know, the headphones, I have an affiliate account or not, which I don't, but they're good. Yeah, you can review them as well. I always push people to review things on their own as well. I don't care. Yeah, well, these don't have any noise cancellation or anything like that. They're just headphones. But I always thought like the over-ear, not on-ear, over-ear headphones do cancel out sound anyway. So, and these are always and just so you know, I am running this cable into the Go XLR over here. This cable is a really thick cable. I got it aftermarket. It's really short, like 50-60 centimeters. It's just enough to go from here down to here. And this is split into two and goes over here, these two things here. There's a microphone and an audio jack, the output. And from here, everything goes into the PC, splits, audio and everything. So my microphone is over here. So now I can go really low, then go back high. So I control it from here. I don't think I'm doing any DSP. I don't think I'm doing any digital signal processing within the Go XLR. Maybe I am, I don't remember, just some. But even without anything, still sounds good. Wind sound for the mic. And wind in the leaves rustling in the wind. Yeah, you might don't want to have that. Jason, you can always use a noise gate though. I think the Go XLR does have some sort of noise gate. I have it all the way down though. You can hear everything. It's kind of quiet. If I did streams during the day, you'd hear a shit ton of noise, banging from the outside and all that. Alright, I should get some work done. Should I pop on the GT Neo, or should I just keep on using the Ascher? Of course, it's not going to be... it's not going to have any difference, because I'm not going to be racing or driving. Yeah, it's not going to be anything different. Doesn't really matter. It's good to be back, man. It is good to be back. This better work today. This better work today, because... Oh, man. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking it. Maybe I should go to bed. Oh, so many things I need to catch up with. Oh, damn. Alright, so what are we doing? What are we doing? There was... Alright, let's do what Jens B asked. Let's see if there's any... there should be times. Let's go... Alright, let's go to the pit wall. Let me launch pit wall. Guys, let me know what you think of the pit wall, the new version that was launched. Let me know. I'm curious, because... basically, the pit wall, I launched it right before I left. And then... So what happened is, I did a live stream on Wednesday, where I had like 20-30 people on stream, and I also had Martin Ascher. And I asked a simple thing: do we want to have car numbers on display on the pit wall? I have already removed the car numbers on the dashboard because there's not enough room for car numbers. But on the pit wall, I also have the same thing. And they basically said, no, we don't want them. We don't want the car numbers because, you know, it doesn't really make sense and whatnot. Everyone in chat was saying the same thing. but I was going to add iRating and license, basically, not the iRating, the iRating and license number for every racer. So I kind of figured I'd swap those out. I launched it on Friday, then everyone was like, no, you can't do that. We want it. And I'm like, holy shit, what'd I do? I just created a monster, right? So on Saturday, and mind you, I was flying on Sunday. I hadn't yet packed. And this was a long trip. So on Saturday morning, I spent my entire 4 hours on Saturday morning reinstating the numbers, but now I had to take into account iRating for iRacing and move things around, so it was a bit more complicated. But I did it, and I released a new version the very next day, basically. So that was one thing, and that's where I left off. So I don't know what else is new, what else is going on. Jeff, an LSR meetup on Island. Yes. Dude, Jeff, Aruba? Really? I live in Greece? It's not going to happen in the States or Caribbean. It's not. If it happens, it'll be here. I want to be... I'll set up an affiliate account with the foreign ministry and get money off of you guys. Yeah, of course. No, I'll open the lovely travel agency and get everyone to Greece. No, I mean, seriously, that would be nice, having a meetup. Maybe we can do a meetup in the ADAC. I think it's in November. Maybe we can do one there. I need to confirm a few things, and I will announce, if I will be there, I'll announce it. So keep that in mind. There's a slight chance that I will be at the ADAC. Yeah, Hawaii. Who wants to go to Hawaii? Too far. Dude, I was in Las Vegas. I had a 10-hour time zone difference with Greece. If I went to Hawaii, that'd be 12. I couldn't manage it. Not barely. I could not manage the 10-hour time gap. If I went another 2, I'd be blown away right now. I'd literally not be able to stand up. You guys should come closer. Or change your time zone. I don't know. Actually, Canada in the winter would sound good. I wouldn't mind that. I like the winter. I like cold weather. Jeff, I know I have members all over the world. Actually, there's a lot of countries that I don't even know where they are and that have been using the Luffy dashboard. But Greece sounds like the best possible solution. Take an international flight directly on an island or something. I'll see you guys there. All right, let's take a look at, let's see, it's Jens, if you're watching, you said AC, right? I said, of course. So let's pull up an AC replay. And also, let's pull up the pit wall. And see what's going on here. I won't dig into details right now. Let's move that out of the way. So I think this is a race. Oh, it's practice. So this is AC currently at Lime Rock Park. It's a Mazda MX-5 Cup. Don't think this is... Oh, it is mine. Practice. Ah, I probably just joined the session. All right. Yes, let's see what we have. Sector times. Oh, Jeff, did you enjoy it? Which one? Blue or red? Which one was your favorite? I'm telling you, for me, it's blue. So sector time is not recording. Even if I go even... Okay, there isn't sector time. That's interesting. Although sector times are working down here. Okay. You got a point, Jens, and we shall fix that tonight. If it's anything I do, it'll be this. So we have sector times here for myself. I need to check the code that goes into these things over here. Because this thing actually works. I just need to check this bit over here. Alright. Blue, Jeff, of course you like the blue. I love the blue. Alright, first off, let me just pull it up here. I won't pull it on the screen yet. I just want to see what I'm doing there. What I'm using. So this is a practice session. And overall, I'm assuming it's not going to be working in class best either. No, it's fine because they're using the same thing. So I'm going to leaderboard, top 3, race, and S1, S2, S3. Oh, what is this? Pro quality. Oh, wait, okay. Alright. Sector Delta. Oh shit, I have so many things in here. Okay. I'm just gonna pull it up on screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So this is I'm in the quali row. So for each one there's a quali and a race row for the top 3 and everyone else. So I'm in the quali row right now. And I have this sector delta, which basically creates as many sectors, and I think I have a max of 6. Nah, this is any, so it should be 6, but I don't have it limited to 6 yet. So if you go into a track that has like 9, which I think there is, like the Nordschleife in some games has 9, and ACC it's 3, which is normal, but you'll see expanding further and beyond. I need to fix that, but I don't know how. I'll see how that will work later on. So, but let's do this first. So in here, when I driver sector current lap, if driver sector current lap is false, what is driver current sector? Driver sector current lap. Huh. That's interesting. Why isn't this function here? Well, that's interesting, to say the least. Oh, there it is. Driver sector current lap. Okay, got scared for a moment. So which driver? The race position, repeat index, and the sector index, which is repeat index 1, and include previous sector time? No. So driver current sector lap, if that's not working, let's see. It is returning null. So for the driver number 1, sector 1, it actually is returning 0. So this could be an issue with data coming from AC. I have also noticed that a lot of people have actually buying these t-shirts, which is pretty cool. And thank you very much for supporting the channel in that way. These, I actually traveled with these in the States as well. Jeff, when I saw you, I was wearing one, right? But not the one with the logos, just the simple one. I didn't do that intentionally, honestly. I just put it on because it just feels good. This is a really nice quality shirt. I have them downstairs. I will do that maybe tomorrow. I've got hoodies, I've got zip hoodies, and I also got some other great stuff that Chef has given me. I will show you guys tomorrow. I have them downstairs now. These are your own. We don't have any other drivers. Eek. I don't know why we won't have any numbers here. Maybe it's practice. Do I have any race replay? Practice, practice, practice. Does anyone have a race replay? In AC? I unfortunately don't think I have one. Oh, found the race replay. But is it a replay? Really? No. It's not a replay. It's just for incidents. No, it's not a real replay. Oh, duh. I have one more. It says race, but I'm on my own. What the hell is this? And it's not going to have the entire thing. Now it's testing something. Does anyone have a race replay from SimHub which I can use to find out why we don't have any data? If this is, because if this isn't returning anything, which it didn't, and it should, but it may be a SimHub issue, which I will relay over to Nicolas. Driver sector current driver sector current lap. So driver sector, this thing over here, it's this function over here. It says returns for the race position and the sector index starting from 1, the driver's current lap sector time when available, and include previous sector time. And it's true given the time accumulates the previous sector time, otherwise it only includes the current sector time. So that's what I want. So I want false. I don't want previous sector times. I just want the first one. So this should return a value down here. It says null. So driver 4, nope, nothing. It's all null. So this doesn't return any value. So to answer your question, Jens, SimHub does not deliver any information. Let's see if you can fix it. If you can, DM me or put it in, create a new bug for the pit wall, and I will look at this with Nicolas, because this obviously isn't working. Driver position 1, sector 2, it always returns 0. It should return something. Like I've done like 9 laps right now, as you may see. Hold on, let me clean this up, make it as it were. So I've already done like laps 9, and these are still 0, although it works here. But this widget is completely different. Let me just see what I'm using for the widget. So this widget takes my lap times. So this is different. This is not what I'm using here, and it will never be the same. Sector 1, for instance, this uses a different property. Yeah, current lap time, current sector index, get lap sector time, but it's for myself. The other one gets it for another driver. And that may be the problem. But before I say anything, let me try. So ACC should work. This is a practice session. Okay, practice session, even so. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it working, even in practice session. There it is. Now that it has actually some values, you can see it working. Minus 2.3, 4.2. It's actually working now. So it does deliver. Once I cross the sector 1, they should turn red, green, orange or green, or yellow or green. There it is, yellow. 0.8. And now once I cross the other sector time, it's plus 1.8, which will be converted for this lap into what? plus 1.4. And the final one, plus 0.2. And now we go into the new sector. So yeah, it's just not coming. Gents, if you have one, create a new issue in the pit wall bugs. And although this may be something I can't control, I will take it to Nicola and make sure that we can take a look at it and fix it, possibly. Alright, let's look at a different one then. Let me move this here so you guys can see just a bit, as much as it needs to be seen. So Nike says pit wall right upper corner is showing clock time constantly at 0. Oh, is that the case? Is that the case? Let's pull up a replay. So it's not, it doesn't, but it doesn't say which sim. So looking at the image, it is iRacing. All right. Let's check it out. So guys, when you do file a report, a bug report, always use the tag. There's a tag here you can put. Use iRacing, use whatever it is, or all sims. Doesn't really matter, but add it. So this specifically is for iRacing. So it's just easier for me to see what's going on. Silverstone again. It's fine. Silverstone, it's working. 1754. Yeah. 1612. 1812. Okay. So I'm in. Am I in iRacing now? No. Okay, let's see. It's probably not going to work now. 12 time is 12. Okay, it's not working. But it's also not working in the dash because I'm assuming that we don't have that data. But why is it showing 0 and 12 in the dash? Maybe it's a race. Offline testing. Okay. All right. Well, this is interesting now. So I'm actually looking. Okay, I'll pull this up so you guys can see it as well. How do I put this? How do I put this? So here's the dash. Stop moving around. So the dash actually has it. So the dash actually shows 349 and this is 00. But this is one race and you can see it's actually moving. So it's 347, 48, 49, 50. The time is actually changing. It's not changing here. The problem that I've seen is on another replay. Here, time says 12 and this says, so maybe it's just a formatting. But in here, it doesn't change. So I don't know why it doesn't change in one and it changes in the other, but what I will do is I will pull up this Grand Prix and I will try and see what I have here and also put it up there. So let's see. And this is the session. What do I have for the clock? That's the property for the clock. All right. And now let's open up the pit wall. Pull it in. Let me know if this looks good or not. I don't know. Let's go find the clock. The clock will be in the track folder. It is, and there's a clock here. So what do we have? Ah, yeah. This is old shit. That's old code. Good, fixed. but I need to fix it over in the class. I need to make these a bit more modular. Like put this in a widget or something. I'll see. This will not fix everything. I'll let you guys know for sure. It's not going to fix everything, because not all Sims have the time delivered, as you may know, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Don't need that loading. All right, save. Close. Hey, Kuroshine. Nice to be back. Kevin, yes, it was a great break. It feels as if I've been away for a month, honestly. Saw things that I didn't expect. I loved Las Vegas. I didn't expect that. I don't know why. I just kind of had like this idea going into the city that it'll be somewhat. It was completely different than what I received at the end of the day. You know, I really enjoyed it. It was great. Plus, I also got to meet Jeff. You know. All right, so now the time will work, but it won't work for all sessions, which is odd. I pull up here. It's working. Okay, we fixed at least one bug. But there was one that didn't work. So now I can see blah 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 blah. Now this is something I don't know what's going on. It says 12. Maybe this is a race with a fixed time. Is that a thing in iRacing? Can you have a race that time does not go by? Yeah, it was super fun. It was a family thing. So I met up with a lot of my cousins, and nieces and nephews. And it was great. I also go on my way back. One thing I actually regret is I should have came back one day later. We were coming back. We flew out of Vegas. We landed in New York early, like on Monday, like 6 a.m. And I planned a 10-hour layover in New York so I can go to the city, so I can see my other aunt that lives in the city. And we did that. So we went in the city. It was great. You know, walked a bit about, you know, Times Square and all that, because I just love New York anyway. And we went back to the airport and came back. On Tuesday, I found out that on Tuesday morning in New York, on 5th Avenue, I was on 6th Avenue on Monday morning. Tuesday morning, on 5th Avenue, Lewis Hamilton was spinning a friggin' Formula 1 car and burning out. And I wasn't there. I was one day early. I can't believe it, honestly. Like I came back. I'm like, why the hell? Why don't people tell me these things? It was just for 24 hours. I could have stayed in New York for one night. I know. I didn't see it. I only found out after I landed. I came home because I landed I think I landed like 8:30 in the morning, 9 and 11 a.m. I had calls. So I went in work and started calls and everything. And my daughter sends me pictures. She's like, oh, look, just one day later. Just one day later. I don't believe it. I missed it. Yeah, also Jeff threatened me with kidnapping me and taking me to Long Beach. I managed to escape that one, didn't I? So yeah, I mean, Jeff, honestly, I like the strip as well. It was great. I think I think I did more hotel and casino dropping in than anyone else. Like anywhere I'd see a casino door, I would just walk in. I didn't play any money. I'm not a gambler. Maybe I did play $20, but it was just because I was there. You know, I don't gamble. I hate gambling. I don't believe in luck in that sense. I believe in luck in a different sense, where you push your luck and you do things, and the more you do, the more lucky you can get doing them. Lucky, air quotes though. So I don't believe in gambling or anything like that. I also think it's very dangerous to gamble. I also think that gambling is probably the worst addiction ever. So I would stay away from that. But then again, I saw a lot of people gambling in there. But I did promise myself I would gamble like $20 bill. Obviously, it took me 5 seconds to lose it all on a slot machine, but that was it. That was the purpose, and nothing else. But the thing is, the strip is magical. It is. We walked, I don't know, like from all the way down south of the strip up until the Venetian and maybe even a bit further more. I just loved it. I walked in every single casino, every single hotel. It was great. It was beautiful. I also learned a few things that were shocking, which I don't know if anyone knows. Maybe I was the only one that didn't know, but casinos don't have windows or clocks. I did not know why. I did know they didn't have any windows, which made me sick. Like, you were there midday and it was dark as hell. And it made me sick because I'm used to sunlight and everything. And they told me they don't have windows so you don't see the daylight, and they don't have clocks so you don't know how time goes by, so you can spend as much time in there. I did not know that. Forgive me. I did not know that. And I think that's sickening. But then again, I'm not there forever. I was just there for just a few. I know people that go there. Know people that go there every single day or once a month and gamble. That is dangerous shit. Stay away, guys. Stay away. I really enjoyed. We did one show, just one show. We went to the Michael Jackson one, which was amazing. That was great. Alright, so I think we fixed this bug. Going back to actual work here. I don't know why, if anyone in the stream may know why, some races, like, can you have a race in iRacing that has a fixed time and doesn't change, does not progress? If that's possible, then this is the case, because everything else works. Fixed in next release, which, now that I say it, next release will be, I'm heavily considering taking it out of beta, but I won't, not yet. I won't do that yet. I think this will be the last beta though. Let me change to beta 12. So the beta 12 will be the next version, and the first change we're adding is this clock fix. Also, this is my process. Also remove tag to do to done and close this post. Alright, so let's see what this is here. Joe Tomlin. Any promise on hotkey for switching pages? No, I don't have a hotkey. Huh. Do I have that as a bug or request? Right now, what I do, I just have in the dash, but having... Let me see what I have here. So I do have a button item. I'm using the next screen. I'm gonna need some time to think about this. So currently there is a huge button. The entire screen is just a huge button. Well, add this a huge button overlaid over everything, and that button triggers the next screen function. And because I'm using this, for instance, I'm using it here in web. I'm just using the URL. I have a button here that says trigger that, and it basically switches it. It also switches the dash as well, which is probably something that you may not want, and I think that's pretty much an issue. But yeah, maybe we should have that. No, we did discuss it. We did discuss it, I remember. But I just need to figure out how to do that. Not technically, just how to do that and I need to add the settings for it and everything. So it'll be just a bit more work there. But having a shortcut specific for the pit wall does make sense. And it also makes sense to have a background image for the pit wall separately. I think it said also doing some TDM stuff, which I might do tonight as well, all while on stream. Kevin, that should not affect it. If you have a DDU and using a fourth monitor for your pit wall, these don't cross over, and I'll show it to you. I'll show you why they don't cross over. Let me get rid of these. I will pull up, and you will see. This takes some time now. Good. Close that. Good. So here's what happens, and I'll show you how I have it set up. All right, let me switch to POV. So now you can see over here and over here. This thing has a button here that's mapped to changing the page, and it changes the page. Okay, I'm just looking at my screen as well, so not looking at the camera directly, and you can see it's changing just by tapping this button here. And for this, I have a button on my Stream Deck down here. Tap on it, it only changes the page on the web version, right? So it went from over here, overall best, to tap on it, it goes to class best. It doesn't change because there are no classes in here. So these are separate entities right now. And the reason they're separate, I'll show you how I have it set up. Okay, this is the reason.
From Marcus.
Hey Marcus, welcome to the family. Marcus Getchman. Nice to see the family growing. All right, so here's the thing. To control the dash, it is, and I've said this many times. Hey Ryan, good evening, man. I've said this many times. You go under devices and go to controls, and this is where you set all the controls for the DDU. So if you're using a DDU and the pit wall on fourth monitor, these are two different things. You can, if you wanted to, add your monitor, your actual, look at this. For me, this is a TV, this is a monitor. You can add it here, and this is my fourth monitor, okay? I can turn this on, and one of the three monitor not, oh yeah, it's on, yeah, I'm not, sorry. I have this thing turned off because now my fourth monitor is on a separate PC, so it's not controlled by SimHub. But as you can see, you have three monitors here. You select which one you want to, and it becomes a monitor, and then you use the controls for that monitor. But I use the browser version. So on my fourth monitor, I just pull up a browser and hit the URL, and it's done. So you can do this in all of these ways. So you can use the monitor as a DDU, and you can have the controls for the monitor specifically, and you can assign whatever controls you want for the monitor. Or if you're doing it the way I do it, all you need to do is go to Dash Studio and hit controls here. All right. So under devices, you can set specific keys for your device. So every device can have different keys for next and A and B and C and D actions per device. And this is why I advocate this. If you have a DDU, use devices to set your shortcut and your commands. If you're using your pit wall on a monitor as a separate device in here, set the controls in this device. This also means that if you use it as a device, then your pit wall will be full screen on that monitor. It isn't bad if you use it like that, and you can set the controls there. But I don't use it like that. I use the pit wall as, where is it? Did I close it? Here it is. I use the pit wall in the browser window, right? So if you're using the pit wall as in a browser window, what you need to do is you go to Dash Studio, and under controls in Dash Studio, that's where you add the next control. So this is where I have an action here for pit wall next screen. This is also part of the control mapper, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go to all those details. But this Dash Studio controls the web version. So if I click on this, you can see it goes from overall over here. If you look, it says overall. Tap a key on my Stream Deck, it goes to class best. And it only changes the web version, not the DDU. The DDU is controlled by the specific keys I've set as a device. Keep that in mind. It does make a difference, and it does help a lot. Yeah, you can add a monitor as a device, Kevin, definitely, and just map the buttons there. So I already had that. I used to have this. So let me make this as an example. Let me do this while you're here. So dash, let me say that my rightmost monitor, this one over here, will be the device. And here I want to run the pit wall. Check it out. It's going to run the pit wall eventually. There it is. So this is now full screen the pit wall. And here I can add commands, right? These things over here, these commands will control this monitor as a whole. I don't have the option to say not full screen, whatever. This is now working as a device on its own. So this is probably what you want to do for the fourth monitor and add the controls directly to that device. I think it would be the best option. But again, if you're not using this, let me close this device because I don't want to use it. But even if you're not using it and you're using it the way I do, so I just run a browser in my fourth monitor. I repeat, fourth monitor on my system is being controlled by a separate PC. So I don't have access to it through SimHub. So I just open up a browser on my fourth monitor on my streaming PC and pull up the URL for the pit wall. In order for me to control it, I use the Dash Studio controls. And that's, you can see it right there. It's as simple as that. Hey Robin, how you doing, man? How you doing? Jeff, you should, I mean, you can configure your DDU10 as a monitor. You can add it as a device. Definitely, you can do that. Under devices, if you do add new device, where is it? Was it a monitor? Where is it? Actually, I think Grid has it. You have it as a separate device, man. You can do that there for Grid. But you can use like generic monitor, HDMI, whatever. You can do it. There you go. Well, if it's as a device in your list, you just put the controls for that device. That's pretty much it. How are you, Robin? How are you, man? I did catch some racing today. Was it today or yesterday? I don't remember. But I was swamped. Like, honestly, yesterday was a crash landing, to be honest. And now that I mention it, the landing was really good. But I crash landed into work. I only got home like around 10 a.m. my time, and 11 a.m. was my first call. And then I had a full day. And I kind of crashed that night. So I didn't have time, or today, to watch anything, basically. I didn't even have time to have it on the side listening. It was kind of panicking, trying to get things done. But I hope you've been well. I hope you've been well, man. I missed you. I'll be watching your streams tomorrow. Oh, that's good. No problem, man. Silvio, good evening. I hope you are well. Alright, so I said I would look into a TDM thing. So this is, we made one update, one bug fix for the lovely pit wall, and that's the clock. So now the clock is working. When there is a time delivered by the sim, it will show it. I had some old code, fixed it. Now I want to do something that's not in these. Ah, okay, sorry, I have to go back. So Jens sent me, we speak of the children because there are no sectors and the same issue in quality and race. Here, a replay for race. Okay, let's do this. All right, so Jens, who was in the chat short before, sent me a replay for AC of a race. So I'll take a look at that. But this is for sector time, so it might not work anyway. Just, I need to check it out. I need to check it out and make sure that it's not working. And after that, I'm going to go do a really big change for TDM. You guys still seeing my screen? Perfect. So it's still downloading. Okay. Oh, that's big. Or is it? Erase. This is it. Oh, this is deeper. Alright. Just give me a second. I do need to scan the file just to make sure there's nothing I'm not clicking on that I don't want to click on. I do need to do this. I should have done it on the zip file, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Let it scan just to be safe, and I will load this into SimHub. And we shall check it out. Robin, streaming from 9 to 4 tomorrow and Warrior Silverstone tomorrow, so 11 to 6 my time. Guys, if you haven't caught any of Robin's streams, please do. He is doing an amazing job. Unlike myself, he's actually racing, and he's getting really good at that. I remember, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, Robin, but I remember we were kind of like at the same level starting off in a race and everything, and now you're just way out there. You are far away from me. Like Robin, I was watching him put in lap times in the Nordschleife. I found the day it was released, or the next day, when was it? And he was doing lap times similar to mine, and now he's like, what are you, in the 20s? Are you in the 20s? Where are you, man? So yeah, please click on his username, go to his channel, subscribe. Honestly, great content and great races. Yeah, and he's overall a great guy. Silvio, you're gonna love the steering wheel. You are going to love the Ascher Ultimate. You are, trust me. Robin, you're at 812. Oh, off ya fuck. Ah, man. Oh, man. 812. Damn. Damn it. I remember you were doing 830s. What happened, man? What's wrong with you? You decided to jump on the alien ship? Damn. No viruses anywhere to be seen. Alright, let's load it in the AC. And Assetto Corsa. Let's drop it in there. Okay. And let's load the replay just so you can see what is going on. Robin has decided to join the alien train. Good for you. I say that and I don't mean that. Damn. What is that? 14 second? There it is. AMG Vantage Spa. And let's pull up the pit wall once more. I don't need this. So this is a race. Hyper P1 and SimCube Pro 2 getting comfy now. Now? So you're saying you are saying that you're only fast because of the Hyper P1 and the SimCube Pro 2? If you're saying that, please share your affiliates and have people buy them. Ryan, I have no opinion on the Cube Control CSX3. I've never used it, never touched it in my life. Looks good. I don't know how wide it is. Is it like 30? Is it a 30 centimeter width? I think it's smaller. It's a smidge smaller. So I actually have no personal preference or opinion. As long as if it runs SimHub, it can do many things. Yeah, if it's smaller than 30, I prefer larger for GT3. That's why I like the Ascher and the GT Neo. That's why I like them so much. That's why I don't want to drive with my Formula V2.5, the Fanatec. It is much smaller, and you might say, oh, just 3 centimeters smaller. It does make a big difference. It does make a huge difference. Oh, brother. So Robin, all right, man. Maybe like I'm not gonna go to the FP1, the Hyper P1, but maybe get rid of the DD1 and get an SC Pro too. Haven't ever considered that, to be honest. I was actually eyeing the Simagic Alpha U, to be honest. I was kind of eyeing that. Don't know which is better. Not done any research. If I ever get into the point where I want to buy something, trust me, I will ask you for your opinion. And I think Jeff also has a SimCube too. I think. Yeah. There are people to ask. There are people to ask. And just so... Okay, I'm just letting this thing run here. I'm not zooming in. There's no point. I'm just letting it run here. Oh dear, I think I'm not gonna... Sorry, I'm doing something different here on my streaming PC because I think... Proceed. Yes, let me just finish that off. Trust me, good hardware doesn't make you fast. Says Kevin. Kevin, you are mistaken. The only hardware that actually made a huge difference are the pedals. Pedals make you faster. That is the one piece of hardware that I will say will make you faster, and it makes you faster, not by a smidge, by a big bunch. It is a huge difference. I know the steering wheel. I mean, it's the feedback you get. So if you're using an old base and you know how to use it, fine. I think it does. The direct drives actually make a difference because you have a bit more precise and detailed feeling. It lets you catch slides much easier. It gets you more feeling. But then it's the same you can say with motion and maybe butt kickers and all that. So there's like everything else besides the pedals gives you a slight edge. So if you put it all together, it might be seconds. But the pedals, good pedals with load cells and hard or however you like them set up, will give you an edge. That is something that I found. It's the only piece of equipment that I put on my rig that made me faster within a day. It does make a huge difference. My pedals, and I will show them to you because I do have... There they are. You think I didn't have them? And my nice white socks. Those are my pedals. Let me get my ugly feet out of the way. I'm running Sim Racing Alien pedals. You can Google them. It's a small Czech company. They are beautiful. They are great. I only have the brake and throttle. That's all I'm using. But they are both brake and throttle using a load cell. So even the throttle here has a load cell. And the brake is using, it's got a little, as you can see, all the way in the distance, it's got a little spring to simulate the initial push, and then it has the elastomers. It has a lot of settings. As you can see, pedals go up and down. There's a lot. There's a throw, you can do that, and they're both load cell. So they have similar features tech-wise as the Sprints, but they have more setup options, so you can change a lot more stuff here, and I think they look good anyway. Yeah, I haven't gone with the Sprints because I was on a low budget. These are now pretty expensive as well. I got them like when they first came out. They had this like initial introductory price, and that's where I got them. So I think it was like under 400, and they're really good. They don't have their own software or anything. They just use what do they call that for the load cell stuff? It's the basic software. They don't have their own software, but you don't need it anyway. What do they call that? I don't remember what the software is. It's a basic load cell software. You just basically create the curves and everything, and you're done. You do it once and it's done. But I'm very happy with them, honestly. But they do make a difference. We go up, scroll a bit. I'm actually letting this thing run. There are no sector times, so whoever reported that, well, no, we know who reported that. Jens, you are absolutely right. And let me answer a few questions in the chat, and I will get to it and see. Maybe we can get some information. Maybe this is a SimHub thing. Maybe we don't have information for that. So we'll see. Before we move on, I want to do one last thing. I do have to say that during the stream, we hit a milestone. We hit an mail, and that's what I'm updating now, so this thing can get it as well. It says 897. Guys, during the stream, we hit 900. 900 members. That is an amazing milestone. Never have I ever thought of this. Never did I think we'd get this high. Honestly, this I don't know. Like you may know me through streams, you may know me through videos that I made, not that many, but I honestly am surprised and extremely humbled. And every time this counter, this thing over here, every time this thing goes up by 1, I am more motivated to continue working on this. You must believe me on that. This thing over here, that number, just increases my, I don't know what to put, like how to, I don't know how to put it. I just want to get back in there and do more. And this happened during the stream. This will update. This will update soonish. I just pushed that over because I wanted to have it. This will update. 900 lovely members during the stream. What an amazing milestone. Thank you very much for all the support. There's nothing more I can say. There's nothing more I can say. Wow, Marcus Getchman was the 900th lovely member. This is amazing. Thank you very much. I will continue pushing as much as I can. Well, let's get to it now. Kurashine says, I'm in the Moza ecosystem and decided to get SimMagic DT Neo over Moza KS with the SimHub support. Yes, I've actually talked to SimMagic regarding their lack of SimHub support. Hopefully I'll get them to turn around, and if they do, I want to be there and help them, assist them, and get the Lovey dashboard on it as well. But it's not happening. I don't know if there is a plan for it. I do know some details, but nothing I can disclose. But the truth is that currently, as it stands, Moza does not have any support for SimMagic. And SimMagic doesn't either. The FX Pro doesn't either. So they're both kind of like in that muddy water spot. Hopefully they'll turn around. Hopefully they'll both turn around, to be honest. Silvio says, Constantinos, do you know how much performance the lovely pit wall on a full HD monitor costs CPU, GPU wise? I don't think there's any cost beyond what initially is the cost. So it doesn't really matter if it's a big monitor or a small monitor. There is some rendering to be done if it's a larger monitor, but not too much. At least I have not seen anything. But maybe you can take that question to the SimHub Discord and let them know. I think they'd be more qualified to answer that. I personally haven't seen any issue between having it on a small screen or a large screen or whatnot. So, you know, this thing here, as you can see, it's just rendered in the browser. It won't make a difference if it's smaller for me. It's still the same information, still being rendered in the same resolution as the original. As to if this was full screen, it won't make a difference. I don't think it makes any difference, to be honest. Either it's full screen or not. The information that's displayed, that can make a difference, and that is what actually does make a difference. But I don't think it makes, the size of it won't make a difference. Don't think so. Robin says he had his finger over the buy button for a set of SimuCube active pedals. He may not be able to resist. Robin, if you have the funds, why resist? Resistance is futile. It's sim racing. It's a black hole, man. If you have the funds, do it. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. You guys make this thing. You make this thing work. Honestly, the entire lovely dashboard ecosystem, pit wall and everything. It's because of you. Has this thing updated? Come on, man. Still hasn't updated. It needs its time. Whatever. Kevin says I run on the P1000 for hydraulics and haptics. More than happy. Yes, haptics on the pedals would also increase the feeling and feedback you get. But again, just by upgrading your pedals to something better than a Hall effect sensor will give you seconds. I guarantee that. It's the only thing on the rig that will give you speed. I insist on that. That will change the way you drive. You'll need to get used to it, but it will make you faster. Retro, oh my god, Retro is in the chat. Say hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you've been good. Sylvia says, I'm running the Nuo Simulation Evos. I do not know those. Do not know them. Sulisad, are you still working on the new display for the Ascher wheel which show only a track map? Yes, it's right here in front of me. Depending on the sim, Sully, that is available to lovely members currently. So if you're a lovely member, any level, you have access to the lovely dashboard companion. The lovely dashboard companion is powered by track data, which is a repository on GitHub open to everyone. In fact, some people have already been contributing tracks for Formula 1. Any track data that's being contributed to the track data is also used and displayed in the dashboard. There's nothing to download from the track data. It exists as information for everyone to use. And I use that in the pit wall, I use it in the dashboard and the companion. So if there's information for the specific track combination in sim, it will be displayed. So you have track name, you have turn names, straight names. In the pit wall, it has sectors and turns. There's all this stuff that you can view, and it enriches the experience for all the lovely ecosystem. So the actual dashboard for the steering wheel is available to all lovely members. Currently, it will be available free when the next official public release will be done. I will speak more on that possibly next week, so you guys know when to expect it. Next sim racing acquisitions, gotta wait until I get a better setup and a fold-away wheel stand. Ah, better setup than a fold-away wheel stand. Well, you know, you can do what you want. Fold-away wheel stands can be really good. I know, I think SimLabs has a really good one, and Next Level Racing also has a really good one. And then there's also the Coffee Racer, which I think is ugly, but if it works, it works. Kuroshine, maybe haptics though? That might be the next purchase before going to a full rig. I know, haptics, but not any haptics. I think the SimMagic haptics are possibly the best haptics out there. I think. Like, if you cannot get the SimuCube active pedals, I think the next best thing is the SimMagic haptics. Because they're not using a motor for vibration, they're actually using haptics. Like the Apple Watch doesn't have a vibration, it has actual haptics. That makes a big difference as well. I don't have them installed on my pedals. Hopefully someday I will, but that does make a difference, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's do something. First of all, come on, man. Still not updated? But I can't do anything about that. What I want to do is I want to take a look at the information that we have for this replay currently running. And we have 0 information on AC. This might be a SimHub issue. So, oh no, not that one. So I'm just searching for sector times. So this is all of my sector times, and then you have iRacing properties, which we're not doing iRacing now, so we don't have game-specific properties. Possibly nothing in here, just for iRacing. So then we need to turn over to... Let's open the pit wall editor. And let's go back to that and just check on the code, because yeah, I mean, if it's top 3 race, now this is what we're looking at. This is actually what we have: sector 1, 2, and 3. Row race, sector 1, 2, and 3. So sector 1. Driver sector last lap. Driver sector, it's not returning anything. Not even null? It is not returning anything. Driver sector, let's do this. So for driver in position 1, sector 1, and this is false. It doesn't return anything, guys. This is for AC.
New Ko-fi subscription from Retro.
And Retro became a member? 901, brother. 901. This is amazing. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for the support. Oh shit, you became a gold lovely member. Dude. Dude, you became... that is amazing. Retro, don't forget to add your address. I will be shipping you the gold lovely member sticker, maybe even tonight. I'll have that over to you immediately. Woot. Woot, woot, woot. Yeah, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the support. So, going back to Jen's bug here, I will be taking this specific issue to Nicolas, trying to figure out, because it's not something that I can do. Using the native functions of SimHub, I've said this far too many times. Plugins are great, but plugins can also create a lot of issues. And I'll give you one, just one example. When we were using Gary Swallow's plugin for the pit wall, the Gary Swallow plugin gave us all this information, all of the data that we wanted for all drivers. It was great. Once I used it in the pit wall, I realized that that plugin is not optimized. And suddenly the pit wall was, it wasn't crashing, it literally was just stalling. And after a bit of research, I realized that it's not the best plugin. It was the only plugin that we can get for like ACC for have all of this information, but it wasn't good. And that's why I had to talk with Nicolas and said, like, how much of this information can you give us through SimHub? He was very reluctant, obviously, because this requires more. It requires more information, more data, and all that. So he was kind of reluctant to actually add it. But eventually, he found a way. He added all this information. The thing is, with plugins, if we rely too much on plugins, if the pit wall relies on plugins and something happens to that plugin, then everything else, like, I cannot control the experience. And that's something that I'm very, very cautious about. I'm using Romain Rob's plugin only for two things, for iRating and the license. I don't think I'm using it for anything else. And to be honest, if I don't have that, if the plugin has a problem, if iRacing updates tomorrow and doesn't deliver the right data to the plugin, there's no big deal done. Like, it won't crash the rest. It will continue without that. What happens is Nicolas, and I know this from personal experience, if something's wrong, he will stay up and he will fix it. And he will make sure that the product is good. So I can trust Nicolas. I do not know Romain Rob. I have chatted with him a few times. It is a plugin. It is using information for iRacing only. But as we've seen with Gary Swallow, for instance, it was just never updated. It was never optimized. And I cannot allow I cannot rely on third parties to optimize their products so mine will be good. So unless I create my own plugin, for instance, or there is something more reliable, I will not use third-party plugins. Oh, Robin, more coffee. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. This is the best comeback. Honestly. I'm back after a week and all this stuff. Breaking milestones for the memberships. Robin buying me coffee. Retro becoming a gold lovely member. Silvio he's measuring himself to buy a t-shirt. T-shirts are actually really good. I really like them. Thank you very much for the support. All right, so I'm going to take this bug, Jens. If you're still watching the stream, please take this, put this in the bugs, and I will have you. Yes, you did. Perfect. Perfect. This is going. I'm filing it as a to-do immediately, and I will talk to Nicolas regarding this. So there's one thing I want to work on now, which is going to be, it's 11 p.m. here. I probably won't be able to sleep because of my jet lag, but I want to look at one thing, and this is regarding the dashboard and the TDM. So there has been a discussion. Let me move this here. So there has been a pretty long discussion. So Daniel Newman has suggested Daniel Newman and I have been working on the TDM. Well, sorry. I have been working on the TDM for way too long. And when Daniel Newman started working on the LED profiles, we had to make some changes to accommodate the LED profiles. I don't know how those work. I haven't been involved in any of that part of the dashboard because it's Daniel's work. But for some reason, LED profiles work best with the automated stuff. So like when you turn on the lights and it goes into true dark mode, it works best for him. But that's not going to work for me ever. So currently how the dashboard works is any light stages above 1. So not all games have light stages. Start off with that. That's the base. Not all games have light stages. Some games have 1 light stage, others have 2. Some have 0. And specifically, ACC has 2 light stages. So you can press it once, it goes on to daylight, and 2 goes into high beam. Most other sims just have on or off for lights. And iRacing and AC do not have light stages at all. So iRacing, although it has nighttime, once it goes to night, lights turn on. And when I say light stages, I mean properties in SimHub where I, as a developer, can know if the lights are on, right? So the initial TDM, True Dark Mode, was based on the fact that ACC has 2 light stages and some sims don't have any, right? And initially the idea was, if I turn on the first light stage in ACC, the dashboard dims. So this could be right around dusk, or maybe sometime in the dawn where it's like twilight. So you don't really want to go into True Dark Mode, but you want it a bit lower to make the experience better. And that was the first light stage. But then when it's really dark, you hit it again and it would go into True Dark Mode. So those 2 light stages was how it works. So you have a dark mode, basically, you know, the night mode, and then you go into True Dark Mode. Some sims only have 1 stage. So those sims, you turn on your lights, it would go into dark mode, but it would never go into True Dark Mode based on the actual native buttons for lights. So you would need to have the hotkey for the True Dark Mode. And that's how it is. iRacing, on the other hand, would never go into True Dark Mode. You always have to use the hotkey because it simply does not exist as a property. AC, you have a button to turn on lights, but the property doesn't exist in SimHub. So you may turn on your lights with a button in AC, but I will never know that. There is no property coming from AC for me to know. So again, hotkey is required to turn on, to switch over to True Dark Mode. And Daniel has been lobbying for completely removing the automated. That's the initial message. Completely removing the completely removing the hotkey and only leaving the automatic, and setting the automatic True Dark Mode to first light stage, right? So this means that ACC, I think LMU, RF2 that have 1 single light stage would work automatically, but nothing else. The hotkey, for some reason, is a problem for the LED profiles. I'm not going to do that. I cannot do that. I need to make the experience consistent for everything. So what I'm going to change, though, and it's spurred from this conversation over here, what I am going to do is I'm going to add an option in the settings file where you can select when the native True Dark Mode triggers. So there is a hotkey. There's an option to turn on True Dark Mode with native. And when I say native, it's the native command. So native is when ACC you turn on first light stage, second light stage, it goes into True Dark Mode. That for me is the native action, the native command. So native to the game. What I will add is in the settings file, you will be able to set which light stage you want True Dark Mode to activate. By default, it will be light stage 2. So it will continue working as it is already. You can turn True Dark Mode completely off if you don't want it, but you will also be able to set it in the native mode to start at light stage 1. So right now it's in light stage 2. You will be able to set it in the settings file to light stage 1, which means even in ACC and any other sim that just has 1 light stage, clicking on the lights will convert it to True Dark Mode. You can and you will be able to turn the native mode off. So no matter what light stage you turn on, it will never go into True Dark Mode. You will need to set the hotkey. Okay? I think this experience is consistent across all sims. If you're using a sim that has native support, so I do have a property coming for the light stages, you will be able to use it and you will be able to set which light stage you want. This will allow you to create a consistent experience across everything. Personally, if it were me, I would just remove the automatic completely and just have a hotkey. So as you're driving, you can turn on your lights, you can do anything you want, and if you want true dark mode, there's a separate button for that. I understand that not many people have that many buttons, so the native function will remain. I will not remove it, but it will be your option to have 0 native, turn it off, 1 native, so the first light stage, or 2 native on the second light stage. Personally, I will use 2 for me. I use ACC. ACC has 2 light stages. I enjoy having the dark mode and then going the night mode essentially, and then going into true dark mode when it's really dark. I like that. And if I ever go into AC, which I think is a brilliant sim, I can't use my lights to turn on true dark mode. I have the button here, the hotkey. These all work together. It's not either or. You can have all of these working together. Now for the LED profiles, I understand that there is an issue using the hotkey. It's not something I can work on. It's not something I can do. Like, I will not remove that functionality from the dashboard just so the LED profiles may work better or have that option. That's basically what I'm going to do. And actually, I'll start working on it now. This will be in the next version of the lovely dashboard. So I'm going to take a look at my code. It will need some changing. So I just want to start off here. I'm just giving you like basically the background of what this is and why this is happening. So going into the extensions, true dark mode has its own functions, and they're all the way in the end here. Get version, analytics, blah blah blah. Compact number, yeah, okay, now those true dark mode. This is the night mode. Get settings, true dark mode and true dark mode native. And if yeah, I'm removing lovely towers, pit wall flags, and all these basically you cannot use a dark mode, true dark mode. So it's returning false if the dashboard is the pit wall, flag, sponsors, or tower. Possibly some I haven't added. I think those are it. I'm even using the dark mode in companion, but it doesn't really work really well because the map can't change colors unless Nicola adds vectors. That's a completely different story. So now, if true dark mode is 0, it will always turn 0. So if you don't want true dark mode, it will always return negative. Otherwise, if true dark mode native is on, then if light stages is greater than 1, and true dark mode is active, it will return true, otherwise false, and otherwise it'll just check on the variable. Okay, so now what I want to do here is true dark mode. This is the part that I need to change. I need to look at my settings file. I have a default settings here. This is something that you never see. So I think the true dark mode native, I'm going to need to change this now. True dark mode native will have 3 options. True dark mode native will be 0, 1, or 2. I just don't want to break anything yet. So if currently true dark mode can only be on or off. Let me confirm this. As you can understand, this is a bigger change. That's why I'm very reluctant to make changes like these, but it is a bigger change. But in the settings file, true dark mode is use hotkey to activate TDM, use native lights to activate TDM. Perfect. So this will change, and this will become 0, 1, or 2. Okay. So if TDM is greater than 0, so now this change, this is a very small change in code which has a deeper impact. So now true dark mode native is 1. So it'll go into here, and it says if light stage is greater than true dark mode native. So now true dark mode native will have three states, 0, 1, and 2. You'll either be able to close and 0, true dark mode native, so it doesn't exist, so it doesn't do any native, you only use the hotkey. You can either set true dark mode native to 1, so that's the second option, 1 being the light stage, or 2 being the light stage 2. So here, if it's more than 1, more than 0, not equal, if it's just larger than 0, if it's 1 or 2 or whatever, it will go into this, and light stage must be 1 or 2. Perfect. And of course the variable. If it's 0, then I'll just rely on the variable. The proper variable true dark mode, just so you know, it's the trigger, basically, the hotkey. That's what I'm doing. So now if I save this, I should be able to set it to 2 now. And this is the default settings. So I would need to go back into my... This is something that now this is the part that you guys would be seeing. And I will test it now. I need to test it. And this will be 2.6.6. So we're bumping up a version for this, probably adding more stuff, don't worry about that. So I need to test in AOC CQ how this works. Let's launch AOC and see. $900. It's updated. And there's 901 too. Retro is also there. There is a huge churn. If you're not familiar with the term churn, essentially it's how many users are joining versus how many are canceling or dropping off. So churn is a concern regarding the Levy dashboard. So a lot of people just joining, downloading, and canceling. So I need to figure out how, if there is something I can add, which I have found a few things. I will be able to add to make the experience even better and have people remain members instead of just dropping out. But we shall see. We shall see. Not a race. I just want to have practice. Yeah. So what I've done is, let me see my settings files just to be sure. Default settings says native mode is 2. My settings is 1. So now what the expected is, let me move over here. So what I'm expecting to happen now is turn on the engine, it goes on, turn on the engine, fine. If I turn on my lights, it should go into dark mode directly on light stage 1. It didn't go. So I need to test. Light stage 2 goes. Have I set this thing up? Have I saved it? Just checking. So that is work. Oh wait, yeah, there's more to it. It couldn't have been that easy. There's also the night mode. So the night mode will conflict with true dark mode now. Alright, but should it? Alright, maybe that was it. I think I had a small thing here that could have possibly affected it. So now if I go into first light stage, I expect it to go into dark mode. Perfect. High beam. Good. And triggering it with the key also works. Also, now that's good. It is working now. Triggering it. So James, it was the problem was here, exactly in that point. So it wasn't. It needs to be greater than 0, but here it was a greater or equal that. So even if it's 1, light stage will work. So if it's light stage greater or equal than the true dark mode native, then it will work. Because right now before it was just greater than, which meant that if it was 1, it would need to be greater than 1. But now I want it to be equal to 1 as well. As long as it's greater than 0, then it will go into here. And this actually is what made it work. Right? So now we're working on first or second. Let me close that. Let me go here and set my settings to 2. So now, if I reload the dash, save it, it will pull in the new script and my settings. So now, the true dark mode native is 2, which means that it will first go into night mode, correct, and now it'll go natively into that. Okay, so this kind of works. This, of course, means that if I have manually set true dark mode native to 2, it means that in games such as R Factor that you can use this, I think, you'd still need to use the trigger. So now, if I use the trigger over here, I have a button here with the Ascher Racing logo. That's my true dark mode trigger. Let me go back to normal. Here, if I trigger this, it goes to true dark mode. Then no matter what I do with the lights, it will always be overridden. So now basically the trigger says, I want, like as a user, I want true dark mode. It will always be, no matter what I do. If I release it from the trigger and put it in there, now I have two light stages. But as I said, to go around that, as a user, you can also say true dark mode is 1 and save it. So now, on any sim that only has 1 light stage, it will work automatically, as long as the light stage is turning on. I will need to go through every game, not on stream, off stream, just to make sure that what the property we're getting is, but it should work like this. So now it's in light stage 1 and above, it triggers. So I can either do it manually, boom, release it, or in ACC that has 2 light stages, first light stage triggers it, second doesn't make any difference. I think it works good like that. But I won't do that on stream. It's already 11:30 here. I'll work on it a bit right after the stream. But I need to go into every sim and gather the information, like where. I actually have that information somewhere, but I just can't do it right now. ACC and C. You liked that, didn't you? Sylvia, so it's done, measured, and ordered. The love is... Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. And just so you know, regarding the t-shirts, just so you know, every single one of these partners has agreed to be on the t-shirt. It's important to understand that. It's important to understand that I didn't just put these logos on this t-shirt. I actually had a chat with every single one, and we agree that they will be on this t-shirt. And for some of these partners, it is a big deal to be on the t-shirt. Trust me. So, and I appreciate every single one. I mean, I just, this is just a way of saying thank you and putting them on here as partners. But you should know that every single one has agreed to be on this t-shirt, and not every one on the t-shirt agrees to be on t-shirts officially, right? You can put any logo you want on anything, but not every one of these companies and personas agree to be on any t-shirt officially. All these are officially on this t-shirt, so it does make a difference for me personally. It does make a difference. Is it dim? No, retro, no. The dim version is not an option for the hotkey TDM. The hotkey TDM goes hotkey on or off. Go. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Sorry. What happened is I have a mouse that goes from one PC to the other, and it was literally on my streaming PC, not on my gaming PC. So it didn't. I was pushing the button and it was giving the command to the the streaming PC. No, there's a button for TDM, shortcut for TDM, and that's it. Damn, what's up, boy? Is good, is good. Yeah, I don't cycle that. So there's a hotkey for true dark mode, so you can turn true dark mode on or off. That's it. The dimming occurs. So if this works for everything, if the game, so retro iRacing, forget iRacing. iRacing does not give me any light stages, so you're stuck with true dark mode. I have zero information on iRacing. For the games, for the sims that have multiple light stages, you can leave it on 2, and you have dimming and then true dark mode for the native. There are cars in ACC that don't have a second light stage. So cars that don't do endurance, for instance, have one light, or you select a car that isn't for endurance, it doesn't have the endurance lights, so it only has one light stage, even in ACC, which means if you have set your native setting to 2, it will never go natively into true dark mode. It will just go dimming, and that's it. Dimming, which is basically lights on or off, 1 0 1 0, and then you need the true dark mode to trigger it manually. In other sims that have only one light stage anyway, that's how it works. iRacing does not have any light stages. AC does not have any light stages. You can have a button that turns the lights on in your car, but the game does not deliver any property, so I know what's on or off. So in AC and iRacing, the button, the trigger, is the only way to trigger true dark mode. There is no dimming, there is no other way. Automobilista, as far as I know, has only one light stage. It depends on the game, on the sim. So that's something that you need to figure out, like what you use and how you want to do it. I think having the setting option for native 0, 1, and 2 actually makes sense. It gives me the option to say I want the native to trigger on the second light stage, and if you don't race on ACC, you might just want to put it on 1, for instance, so anytime you turn on the lights, it'll go into true dark mode. It's something that I don't like. Like, true dark mode is great, but only when everything is really dark. But if that's what your game has, fine. And all this can be overridden by the hotkey. So the hotkey overrides everything else. Still works. Yeah, I mean, iRacing is good. I mean, retro, you uninstall the ACC, you missed the telemetry it had. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. I'm really, really hoping that the new AC Evo will have ACC's telemetry and AC's amazing mods. That's my... I think that would be great if they can do that. But ACC's telemetry, that would be something, wouldn't it? So I think this is what I'm going to do with the True Dark Mode native. You will have an option to go turn it off completely. So I'll just show it to you once more. Sorry, again in the wrong PC. So in the settings file and the configurator, this will be added in the configurator. True Dark Mode native. This option over here can be 0, 1, or 2. So if it's 0, for instance, True Dark Mode native. Now this, let everything reset. This thing over here too. Good. So now there is no True Dark Mode native. No matter if I turn on the light stage 1, it'll go dim. If I go on high beams, it'll just remain dim. Nothing happens. I can only trigger it manually. Perfect. No matter where I am. Okay? There is no native way of triggering the True Dark Mode. There's none. It just goes dim, right? And you can actually change that as well. So if I come in here and say night mode 0 and save, so that doesn't even trigger night mode now. right? So now even if I turn on lights, it won't go dim at all. It's not dimming at all. But I do have true dark mode. I can turn everything off, should I decide to do something as crazy as that, by turning everything off. So now night mode, true dark mode, and native is off, which means that I cannot turn anything on. So native is off, so it will never trigger night mode or true dark mode, no matter where it is. But even if I hit this, nothing happens. Boom. Nothing happens to that. Which I think is the best way to do this. You know? It is fully controlled by the user, and the experience remains the same across all sims. I do want night mode. I want my true dark mode to be on light stage 2. Sorry. I want blue, true dark mode to be blue, and the native set to 2. Saving this. Maybe I can put it to 1. I haven't done 1 in a while. Red. Or actually 3, 4 is orange, I think. I kind of like blue more than anything else, but let's do this. So now to go dim and then go into orange. It works great. There it is. I think it's the best solution. It is this. It does. Gotta work on the churn though. But yeah, thank you very much. 901 guys. Let's go 1,000. 1,000 now. That's the new one. That's the new one. 1,000. That's the huge milestone actually. I remember when I was in September, I was like 50 members or 60 members. I was like, oh, if I can get 100 members. And now I'm there and I'm like, holy shit, I am so humbled. I am so humbled. You guys rock. Absolutely. You want to be 911 or 992? Hopefully it won't take that long. Hopefully it won't take that long. Hopefully in the next month we will be over 1,000. Do you want to unsub now and I'll let you know when? I can do that if you want to. If you want to be 911. The bad thing is you won't always be 911 because there's a lot of people just unsubscribing. As I said, a lot of people just joining, grabbing the files and going away. Of course that's not, you know, it's you can do that. I have no problem with that. It's part of the deal. But I release dashboards like, you know, every 2 weeks. So if you do that, you're missing on the next one. So, you know, I know a few people that have been subbing every like 2 or 3 months. And this is a true story. They subscribe, they grab the file, they unsubscribe, and then I see them releasing a dashboard on Race Department or an other competitor, which has kind of like the same features, but they're not the same features. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Not much. Oh, it's not messed up. It's happened. It's happened. Yeah, I mean, you can't do much. I am working on something that will change that. But it's still far off. It's a lot of work, and I need to work on that. Anyway, guys, I think this is the last thing I'd be doing tonight. So we change this. I still need to do I need to do work now after the stream is over. Work which will allow me to have all of the light stages for Automobilista, which is a bit more complicated, and put that functionality in here as well. So depending on your light stage, either in your Automobilista or anywhere else in RF2 whatever, it will work the same way everywhere. And then also update the config, the live config tool, so you can select 0, 1 or 2. Let me know in the chat, are there any games that have more than 2 light stages? I don't know. I don't know if that exists. Let me know in the comments if you know of any game that has more than 2 light stages. So 2 light stages is basically 3 states. Off, 1, and 2. It's 3 states. 0 is off, 1 is first light stage, 2 is second light stage. Do you know of any games that might have 3 light stages? As it is now, it will work fine. But in the config file, I will limit it to 0, 1, and 2. So if you know that there are any of the sims that I support that use more than 2 light stages. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not officially supported, so, you know. Truck Simulator, 5 light stages. 1 are just the lights, 2 are the normal lights, 3 are the top lights, 4 are the bottom lights, and 5 is the LEDs all around the truck that glow. That'd be pretty cool. All right. All right, so I'm going to continue working on this a bit after the stream. Trying to get all the code here, get it right for the rest of the sims, and, you know, just focus on it so I can finish it a lot faster. As you can see, while I'm on stream, I don't work as efficiently, but it is great because I do have a lot of feedback, and it does. I mean, for me, it means a lot. But closing, I would like to thank, yes, all of you, all 901, including Retro, which is 901. And yes, I would like to thank all of the gold members. Are these updated? That's interesting. Hold on a second. Okay, we're all here. We are all here, guys. So perfect. Let me start off by saying thank you to all the gold members, and they are Anthony Hall, Augustine Martin, Alex Lutz, Brandon Honel. Thank you for the gloves, buddy. John Hart, Cody Flowers, Corey Wise, Dan Westerman, Daniel Newman, David Beam, Enrique Castillo Bachero, Brian Spiracos, Graham Bapti Wright, Jeff King, nice to see you in Vegas, buddy. Iñaki Duranona, Alex Susan, Alan Suzanne, Jason Rivera, Jared Davis, Stefan Malfie, Kieran Lowe, Chris Rollins, Marianne Christel, Mark Long, Michael Pagliaro, Patty Falconer, Brad Jackson, Robert Robles, Rito Brulman, Juan Rodriguez. Thank you for becoming 901, buddy. Sean Reed, Simon Tunin, Heiko Batts, Tiago Silva, Tobias Hoff, William Martin, Josh Fulton, Mark Worthington, and Mark Gale. You guys rock. You are amazing. And to every other member, thank you very much for becoming a lovely member and pushing me and fueling me to create all of the lovely dashboard ecosystem. There's much to come. There is much to come, trust me, and it can only get better. It can only get better. Be patient. There are things that are going to be added by the end of the year for sure, but next year even more stuff, which I can't talk about right now. But it's going to be exciting. The next big thing that I'm working on, as I said, are the sticker sheets. So please keep your eyes peeled for these. This is the official Ascher one. I'm not going to be doing this, but I will be doing other sticker sheets for more generic models and some specific ones like the Ascher Racing and maybe some other steering wheels. Can't say much about that. Anyway, yeah. So friggin' exciting. I'm working on these things. So friggin' exciting. Peeled for stickers. I love that. I love that. So the stickers, I mean, I can't reach them now. I already have printed a few. So for the stickers, just so you know, the stickers will be an in-house production. So I will be printing them, cutting them, shipping them, and mailing them to you in-house. I have looked at providers like, Sticker Mule and some others, and the quality is great, but I want something more control over. So they will be done in-house. I'm currently running costs to see what it takes to print each sticker sheet, the paper, the ink, the tooling, and all that, packaging, shipping. So I will see how much that goes and have more numbers towards the end of the month. In fact, I'm waiting on the hardware to arrive mid-May you know, the plotter that cuts the stickers and everything. So we'll see how it goes. But I think there's a lot that can be done there. There's a lot in the market that's missing, and that's why I think there's a good opportunity to create some really nice stickers, not just for the steering wheels that I already have, you know, for generic steering wheels and maybe even button boxes. So we'll see how that goes. It's something that I really want to focus on a bit, but as a separate product. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else? Perfect. Yeah, I think with that, all I need to do is say good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't even know where Low Fuel Motorsport is. Where are the races? Where is it this week? I honestly haven't checked. So GT Rookie, Mount Panorama, really? And the 45-minute race is Brands Hatch. Fuck, Mount Panorama. Oh god, more ELO loss. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow for some low fuel motorsport racing and probably dying all over the place. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.